I would kill a fish in the most funniest ways possible. Like strangle it, take a pillow, put it over its head, give it sleeping pills, hang it.
It's already choking in the atmosphere.
Jeffrey Epstein it, like.
Yeah,
the fish killed itself. Leave a fake suicide note next to the fish's body.
Just to prepare it? That's too much going on.
Green lights, got the blue lights on down there. I love it. If you're new here, we have a new episode every Wednesday, and if you guys want to follow the show or you guys want to help support out the show, if you're listening to this or watching this, all links are down below. So if you're listening to us, give us a like, review, or whatever. If you're watching us, leave a comment. Yeah. Let's just jump into it. It's just not even. We're doing shit. We're doing game.
What are we doing?
Don't bring it up.
We're doing.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah, doing. Okay, I want to bring it up.
You guys can't. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you guys cannot fucking spend 3 days on the Discord blowing that shit up and then be embarrassed to talk about it on the podcast.
We absolutely can. Absolutely can. Anyway, Bryan, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this?
Yeah.
So Disney Plus is cracking down on password sharing.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. Next on the list, let's keep it going. No, it's Netflix did it, and I think it's fucking dumb. I think
Netflix do it?
Netflix did it. Yeah, they like cracked down on it. It didn't matter. It like did not matter.
See, that's the problem. It didn't matter, so now all these other companies think it's going to be able. They can just get by with doing it now.
Yeah,
like it's not going to be a big issue.
I'm really disillusioned with streaming as a whole. Streaming as a whole lately has been
it's starting to become
really awful.
And I don't know how many years I have to say this, but it is now coming full circle where it is becoming cable.
Yeah, and we all knew that was going to happen.
Bundling that shit together. It's becoming way too much.
It's
people are realizing. People are waking up. The sheeple are waking up. They're realizing that they can't have 50,000 streaming services. So now they're coming to. I give it a year. I give it maybe 2 years. 2 years at max. They're going to start bundling stuff together.
Yeah, listen. It's not going to matter whatever they do because like there's nothing better out there right now. Like Samsung has like a live TV option where they just have a bunch of channels that's like kind of reminiscent of cable, but it's totally free. I find myself watching stuff on that more than I'm like finding stuff on fucking streaming services.
Yeah, because like my live TV thing. That's so weird.
Yeah,
live TV.
Yeah, I got Common Writer. Oh, Crooked, you want to have the same exact TV, so you have this shit too.
Yeah,
I've been watching Kitchen Nightmares, Common Writer, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, they have the anime channel. They got the IG channel.
They had a Yu-Gi-Oh marathon like not too long ago. It was fucking awesome.
They constantly are always playing Hell's Kitchen on the cooking channel.
It's
pretty much everyone. It's not bad, honestly. Like if you didn't have cable and you didn't have you didn't want to. No, you got YouTube, and you didn't have anything else. That you'd be all right with.
You'd be totally okay. Like I have found myself having more fun watching that than I have like trying to find anything on streaming services.
Also, who the hell's watching Disney Plus anyway? What the fuck is on Disney Plus?
I watch
Disney Plus is
the 30th Star Wars show. Oh no! I'm missing out on the 30th Star Wars show that has to have continuity.
That's literally the reason why people buy.
And this show,
people buy it for the Marvel and Disney stuff. That's literally why they buy it.
I don't need. I swear to God, I don't need any more Marvel in my life, and I don't need any more Star Wars in my life.
I usually I watch for reruns, animated shows. I like.
The only reason I pay for it is because my mom likes to watch animated fucking like cartoon movies.
Yeah.
And like my dad likes to watch Loki. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's like it's silly. It's like cracking down on password sharing is just like cracking down on the thing that like made you popularity. They're just
mad at losing money. That's all it is.
That's all it is. It's like it's the same thing with like every one of these companies. They just need to make more money than they did the last quarter, and like they just keep squeezing you dry, instead of just being happy with the massive amount of success that they have. So I think it's dumb. I think password
that's fair. They are squeezing you dry. It's kind of like Netflix. It stems from Netflix because everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, just let me use your Netflix."
It may have stemmed from Netflix. I think they kind of
just woke up to like they're like, "Oh, we're losing a significant amount of money on this," but most people are like, Netflix is not worth it anyway." So then they're like, "I'm just gonna cancel my Netflix," because there's so much more better shit out there than just what's on Netflix.
Well, the fucked up thing is like when this happened with Netflix, like Netflix may have stemmed it, but this conversation has been around since like streaming became like really commonplace. And it was just the same, like Netflix was the one that said like, we want to crack down on password sharing. And like everybody spoke out about it. Everybody was just like, this is fucking stupid. Don't do it. You're going to lose a lot of subscribers. And then they did it. And their subscribership increased partly because people that were sharing passwords got their own subscriptions. So it's like, that wasn't even a deterrent. So they made more money than they did before.
Like when they initially did that, it dropped.
No, it did not. It did not.
It ate shit. I remember that.
Crockett, I promise you, they made more money the moment that they did it than they lost. They made more money than they've ever made.
Tay, you canceled. I remember you canceled your
I'm
membership.
done with Netflix. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah,
like, you guys
I know
subscribe?
A lot of people are like, "Yeah, fuck this."
Yeah,
no,
but
I did it because they keep increasing the prices. Like, get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, because they were doing, they increased the price and then they were like, "All right, we're gonna crack down on."
Yeah,
they do it like every
password
6
sharing.
months, so it gets aggravating.
In their statistics, their subscribership increased. So it's like, well, now we're making more money than we were. Fuck everybody that was gonna boycott us.
Something did happen where they lose.
They may have lost like for a day or two, and then subscribership happened.
I vaguely remember.
No, it's gonna be really funny though when like Paramount Plus or Peacock is like, we're gonna crack down on password sharing. Like, good fucking luck.
Yeah, so
they will get those things are the most useless apps I've ever seen.
Like, why the heck is I know they own it, but Sonic TV show. Not I'm hyped for it, but it's on Paramount Plus. Why would I subscribe to that crap?
Because
Paramount
they don't
just
have
paid
anything
the most amount of money for it.
They're using whatever properties they have to make like TV shows.
Yeah.
Like,
so look at this. This is from Wired.com. On Wednesday, this article was written October 18th, 2023. 9 days, I think a couple of days after the Netflix crackdown password thing. The article is called Netflix Password Sharing Crackdown is Working for Now. The streaming giant beat Wall Street projections by reporting a gain of nearly 9 million new subscribers worldwide and $8.5 billion in revenue for the third quarter of 2023, a nearly 8% increase from the previous year. The previous year. So they made more money because people were like, people say that they're going to cancel. People go like, oh, this is stupid. And then they do it and they hit okay and they keep watching their fucking stupid, silly Netflix shows and they never cancel. Never cancel. So it's just going to keep getting worse.
I love how Netflix has also been like parlaying themselves into making only their Netflix shows for years now, to the point where they're like, they're going to get to a point where they don't have to buy any more movies. Well, and it's all just Netflix content.
And it's like, and a lot of it is so bad, dude.
It's majority of it's
so bad. And like they did it because like buying movies is expensive, buy licensing. Nobody got Netflix because they wanted to buy their production. It's like we're watching an old 1980s movie.
You can't find shit on Netflix anymore either.
It sucks.
It's mainly like HBO. Like you have to. You know what's irritating is like when you want to watch something, you're like, I want to watch like Happy Gilmore or something random.
It's physical media.
I have to Google it to be like, where can I fucking watch this streaming? Like, because I have like 15 fucking streaming apps. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is so annoying.
It's so stupid.
I have Amazon Prime and I don't use it at all. What is it? Amazon? What is it called? Amazon Video.
Amazon Prime Video. Yeah. I use it the most
they
because
have
they have
stuff
a lot
on there, but it's just never that's never my first option to go to.
Yes,
to like look for a movie.
Thought. And I have it. I never just use it.
I use it all the time because it's where most things are. When it comes to like old movies that I like to watch, I have a box of movies sitting right there. Like I want to buy more movies because I'm tired of like the streaming bullshit.
That's the thing, though.
But a lot of them aren't releasing.
Huh? No, the thing is, I'd rather. I still buy. I refuse to watch the Batman again. I'd rather buy a physical copy.
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, I refuse to watch HBO Max.
Yeah,
I
it's
told
just
you
like
earlier. I forgot I had this service. I don't even use HBO Max until today.
I don't really use it either. I pay for it too.
It's like I feel guilty when I'm just like I just hop on like YouTube and I'm like, dude, there's so many TV shows I could be watching right now. Actually, you know what's really funny is I'm rewatching X-Files. It's on Amazon Prime.
Fucking love X-Files.
But it's with like freebie.
Yeah.
It's What's like that? It's freebie through Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I can watch it, I guess, for free, but I have to watch it with ads. And I'm like, why is it just not on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, my HBO Max is through my Amazon Prime or some crap they got.
And I think it's on Hulu too. Or
yeah,
it
like
was
Hulu
on
has
Hulu.
Hulu has a couple. Was the first one that did this. They had the bullshit cable thing where they were like, "Oh, you can watch this on Hulu, but you need the Hulu plus Showtime plus Stars subscription to do it." And like, it's like, don't advertise that you have it.
Drives me up a wall.
Yeah, it's like, don't advertise that you have it on Google, and then tell me that I need 6 other subscriptions to watch it.
I need a cable subscription. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Shut the
I'm
fuck up.
I'm confused on the Disney. So do I need to buy a separate package for Hulu? Because I want to watch that Samurai show. Is it on basic?
You probably have to
Disney
buy
package?
a bundle.
Yeah.
Oh, so
it depends on like whether it's hosted by Hulu or if it's hosted by Showtime through Access on Hulu. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you literally have to go look up the title of the thing that you want to watch, and then click the Watch Now on Hulu, and then see if it tells you that you need a separate subscription, or you just pirate it. You just pirate it. Like it's
I think a lot of people are just starting to pirate.
Yeah, and
but it's like frustrating because I'm like, I just want to. I'm a grown man. I come home from a long day's work.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come down, sit down on my couch and watch TV.
I don't do that pirating crap or watch anime on a computer no more. I can't do that. I gotta sit down somewhere.
Yeah, if I was a younger man, like I felt like I had the energy to like go through a bunch of like ads and stuff to do like some rigging, or like I'd rig a Fire Stick or something with like stolen content, which I felt like, dude, when you like backwalled a Fire Stick, I swear to God, I was on someone else's account and it felt so wrong. I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm in someone else's account.
Yeah, you probably are. The people literally, like, I've been through this like rabbit hole on YouTube. People are literally like building their own media servers, so they just like download the movie or the content from like torrent sites, and then they have their own local drive network that they put in through like they just have it in there connected to the computer, and then they through an app called Plex, I think. They like access their storage drive through the TV so they can play whatever media they want.
They would just like mirror it?
No, they're not mirroring it. It's like the app is accessing the network drive and like playing the file from the network drive into the TV. So it's like a local streaming service.
So they have the app on their TV.
Yeah, they have the app on their TV. It's like a pretty common app. It's like Plex, something like that. Or they have like a computer connected to the TV that can access the server. But that's how they're doing it. And that's like, it's going to get to the point where people are just going to start printing their own physical media for shit that they like. Like, that's just going to be where we're at. Because it's impossible. It's impossible to keep track of everything. It's so tedious. It's so annoying. And then, like, people think
how long does physical media got left in it? I don't think it has.
I don't think physical media isn't going to die totally. I think it's going to be like vinyl, where like limited editions are going to be in physical media. And then
but it's gonna cost so much that no one's gonna be able to. Majority of people won't be able to afford it.
It'll be for enthusiasts for sure, like on an official basis. But I don't think physical media is one of those things. So like,
well, you got to think it's like disk drives are kind of becoming a thing. Like, all right, so once they kind of go out of the console, like the PS5 Pro is rumored to not even have a disk drive in it, or it's gonna have to be a separate buy-on option. Which I say the time we get to a PS6. Won't even coming with it, right? It's these stores, they just can't keep up. It's like well, GameSpot is almost done for. GameSpot, yeah, it's almost done for. It's got probably like GameSpot? No, GameStop. I'm saying GameStop. GameStop's only got like maybe like 2 more years left until they're completely shut down. I mean, I know people are like managing, like the managers at GameStop are managing 2 different stores. Like that's how they have no staff. They don't have any backlog. They don't have any like inventory or anything in those stores. Same thing with like Best Buy. Best Buy is a shell of itself.
Isn't it cheap? Isn't like $1 for a disc or something? Like cents? It's very cheap.
Well, you think about the logistics of like shipping, like with a truck, manufacturing. Like it's like $1 a disc, but then you have to make 1 million copies. Yeah, it's done. It's fucking physical media, disc, all the same. It's all done, dude.
Yeah, I looked at this.
I mean, like, I'm still like enthusiastic. I still like buying a 4K, but like I don't know how much longer. Like, it's just everything's just losing support. Like, we're just not getting support for anything anymore. A lot of physical media stores, brick and mortar stores are kind of just kind of like going out of the way. Everything kind of gets shipped to your house now. So it's like, Bro, GameStop is done.
So
like Best Buy is done.
It really is. I used to love going to Best Buy.
That sucks going in there. Like, for me, it's like no reason to go in there anymore.
No, I go for I need like specific things, but that's about it. It's really sad. It's really sad to see all of it go. I think like cracking down on passwords is just like it's like the next step in like a big company like Disney being like, we want to make more money out of you. I think it's really stupid, and it's going to encourage piracy. And I think we're going to cycle back. We're going to cycle back through it.
I don't know. I think it's just kind of like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's digital. It's just like this. That is the next evolution of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're right. I think it's going to be like records, vinyl. It's going to be like, there's going to be like certain
resurgence
retro stores. But I feel like it's, for the majority of like consumers, I think people are just so used to streaming at this point where it's just, they're like, why? Now the weird thing is like buying digital online and stuff. That's going to be where it's like, where do I have my digital library? It's like, there's going to have to be some kind of new product or function where when you download it from one site, you can add that file into like some kind of like hard drive or some kind of file system you have on your TV where it's like it can access like all those things that you purchase.
That's what the Plex server people are doing. That's what the Plex server people are doing.
But I'm saying but legally though, like you legally purchase this from Amazon, you download it, and then you can store it onto this file in case like.
Here's also
that
like
website
the big thing.
This is all guessed. I'm only guessing.
Yeah, you don't own anything. Like you just don't own anything, and that's the business. That's the business model that that corporations want to subscribe you to. You don't own anything. Any of the things that you buy, you're licensing, and at any point they can take away the license. And that is extremely anti-consumer, and I can go in like a 30 minutes as to why that's fucking stupid.
I think it's like even like with disc though, you can like even now with disc, the disc that you buy now, like I think they can still lock you out of it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't own anything, and that's how they want to keep it. That's how they want to keep it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really annoying. And I would be okay if physical media moved away from disc, and like we just bought literally like an USB stick with the movie on it. I would be fine. I just want to own the thing that I paid for. And so like that's just never gonna happen. Or it's gonna be like 10 plus years until we see like this kind of business model collapse. And it's a nightmare. And Disney cracking down on the passwords. I'm trying to bring it back to the password thing. Yeah, move on from that.
This is the start of just a very annoying trend.
Yeah,
and it's whatever.
Well, like the thing that people don't understand, and this is like kind of like the basic consumer, is that none of these people are providing you a service that's worth anything. All of these people are just nickel and diming you, and the nice experience that you've had for the last 10 years has been them stealing your trust, and now they're going to close down on it, and now you're going to lose all the money that you have to those services. And the sooner that people understand that, I think the easier people will just be like, this isn't worth it. But it's where people don't want to have that conversation. Listen, I am so curious as to why this next item is on the list of topics that we're talking about.
Dude, because you wanted some free food, right? Like, there might be some hungry-ass audiences out there. But if you're a real freak...
I misunderstood. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but if you're a real freak and you love Arby's, which I don't know anyone who loves
they got
roast
the meats,
beef
baby.
From fast food. Freak!
They got the meats.
Look at the
I like Arby's. I like Arby's.
Fast food roast beef is
it's fine.
wild to me.
It's good. It's okay.
I used to work there.
Is it good?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, you liked Arby's, right?
Huh?
He worked.
You liked Arby's, right?
No, I only like one thing from there. It's a turkey club sandwich. That's it.
That's a pretty good sandwich. I'll give you that.
Roast beef, fast food roast beef sounds insane to me.
Well, I worked there. It's real beef.
It's good. It's good beef.
It's in the freezer and all that stuff. Yeah, it is.
Dude, they grow that shit in a lab somewhere.
I had to put it in that freezer all the time.
Dude, they grow their Arby's meat in Wuhan.
As we
ship it to the U.S.
There's not much to say about Arby's.
We can't do this in this climate.
No. There's...
I'm sorry. I hate to be the Alex Jones of this podcast, but they grow the Arby's meat in a lab in Wuhan. You're eating Chinese grown meat.
Tay, listen to me.
Chinese Communist Party.
Tay.
It kind of turns into the next topic with TikTok.
No. Tay, I want you to clip him saying that, just those 3 seconds of him saying they're growing this meat on a lab in Wuhan, put the Arby's logo in the corner, and make a TikTok post about it. Will be viral in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it'll be viral in 3 days. In 2 days. And then the funny thing about that is that when we post it on Twitter, we'll get the community note that says that beef does not grow.
Beef, I want to get community noted. That'd be so funny. I'm dying to get community noted. All right. So the reason why they can give away, it's the reason, like, all right. So Arby's is giving away free sandwiches. Wait. So Arby's is giving away free sandwiches every week throughout April. The reason they can do that is because they grow the fucking meat in Wuhan. It's not real. That is, I don't know. Like, dude, like, I don't understand who wants fucking roast beef from
roast beef.
A fast food
never
restaurant.
been one of my favorite meats ever. Anyways, roast beef is not good in general.
It's not great. It's okay. But if I'm gonna get a roast beef sandwich, I'm just gonna get a pastrami.
Yeah,
it's
go
way
to
better.
a real deli. Like, what is?
What is?
I don't know. It's
What
like
is
some
Is
things
it
I just don't want to
smoked meat?
skimp out. Like, it's like getting like something fish from a fast food restaurant.
Yeah,
okay.
I
Like
refuse
Long
to do
John
that.
Silver's never made sense to me.
The fish fillet from
talked about
McDonald's.
this. Don't eat that.
The fish fillet from McDonald's is great.
We're not going down this rabbit hole today.
Yeah.
Stay on
Dude,
topic.
don't eat at Long John
This is this
Silver's.
topic.
Listen,
No, it's not.
don't eat at Long John Silver's, but the fish fillet from McDonald's is fucking fire.
Is Long John Silver still around?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
They're not
Dude.
around by themselves. They're always like a combination.
I went through the
Like, you
Twilight
shouldn't
Zone
be
the other day,
eating-
and the Best Buy / Long John Silver's was popping.
You shouldn't be eating any seafood in the middle of the United States.
Yeah,
I
and
need to
eating-
drink water.
I love finding a seafood restaurant in the middle of the
Like you eating seafood in Kansas.
Dude, the closest thing they got to was a fucking lake. They got trout in that damn lake. What?
They're the whiteys.
When it says
gotta get
fresh, when it's like we caught it this morning, like what do you mean
Where?
you caught it this morning?
I'm like, where? Because it ain't around from here. They undawed it.
They caught it in the back of the fucking tank.
Fucking
Mud
eating
crabs
seafood
and
from
fish.
Arizona.
Dude, they spearfishing
wow. That's
inside of a
crazy,
fish
though.
tank.
Yeah, that's a hilarious thought. That's so funny.
No, it'd be really funny though. Is open up a Long John Silver's right next to like a Ripley's Aquarium or something.
We caught it
in
this
zoos-
morning.
Yeah, don't zoos recycle horse meat and they give it to lion places
Who?
and all that stuff, tigers. and stuff.
Horse meat?
I think
they
zoos
don't-
recycle animals, right?
No. I think what happens is if
What do you think? What do you think if like an animal dies? You think they feed it to the other animals?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that happens.
that may listen, I don't know
Shit,
about
like
that. Maybe.
I mean, like
I would do it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would
nothing
do
wrong
it.
with that.
I'm sure that there's some regulation that this allows them from doing that, but I do know that they buy cattle and poultry to feed the animals from like farms.
they
But I
gotta
would-
feed the T-Rexes.
Yeah, it
They
would
gotta
be
give
fucking
them
crazy.
fresh goat.
Anyway, Arby's is fine. Their jalapeno poppers are delicious.
As long as it's not Long
no
John
one be
Silver.
like, I want some Arby's right now. No one says that.
Yeah, that's true.
You just
That-
kind of see an Arby's and be like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
They're
the
still
one
open.
time
But when you actually work there, you'd be surprised how many people go there. That was
it's busy.
Every
It gets busy a
Wednesday,
lot. Yeah.
Someone always coming there for I'm not sure it's still a deal now.
Speaking of which, I think like
2 for $6
I
fish
don't have it
sandwiches.
wrote down, but I think like Chick-fil-A changed like there's something going on with the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like,
went
the
there today.
quality of the
Tastes the
chicken
same.
had to go down.
It started in spring. It already happened. It tastes the same.
What I don't know what's going on.
What did they do?
with
They-
the-
So I think aluminum is not in it or something no more or whatever.
It's probiotics, I think.
Something
Yeah.
going on, yeah.
Like the no probiotics, no like growth hormones or anything. I don't think it's in the chicken. That's how the chicken used to be. Like this free range, no chemicals or anything in chicken. But they had to change that apparently now.
Probably supply chain issues.
Something like
people
that.
feel
Anyway,
bad
moving
about
on.
it.
Speaking of which, of like
Yeah.
all this random food, there was a TikToker apparently explains how the restaurants like Cheesecake Factory uses massive freezers to maintain such a large menu. Which
Are
is
we fucking surprised though?
no,
Dude,
absolutely not.
Look,
Like,
let me. I hate people like this. They get on my nerves.
Okay, tell me more.
yeah,
please.
explain.
They,
I wanna
they
start
be
beef.
like, Is it a pun?
No. I just want to start.
No.
I genuinely want to fight somebody online
They be
about
like,
this.
oh my God, it's not fresh or it's frozen. What, you think to get fresh stock every day?
Yeah. You think I caught this fish this morning?
That's not how that works. People kill me with that. They try to be so healthy and clean and all that stuff. Stop it.
Dude,
you might get it from a restaurant like that. I hate people.
Dude,
like
even
this.
like healthy restaurants like Panera, you get that shit out of a bag, dude.
They had a macaroni and cheese situation.
Bag.
Yeah.
You remember that?
What's
people
that?
got mad about the macaroni and cheese situation because they thought it was fresh, but it was in the bag the entire time.
Yeah, it all comes
So
like
idiots.
soup comes in a bag.
People who complain about this don't never work at a fast food restaurant.
That was a joke. That was a joke at Panera. It was like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go make it fresh in the bag, and it's just we literally we take a bag and we put it in a boiling hot water, and the bag just kind of gets hot. So you're eating some amount of plastic, and then we just cut that bag open, and then we just put it into a pan and serve it. Everything's frozen.
No, it's
anything with a large menu like that, you're not getting fresh. Nothing is fresh.
It targets those stay woke people.
Yeah.
This type of conversation. That's what it targets. Like, what are they putting in a fish, or what are they doing in chicken? Why is it frozen?
It targets the fitness pros on Instagram that are like, go to the grocery store and say, don't eat this ranch. It's got like sodium nitrate in it.
Those are so fucking
Everything
stupid.
has sodium nitrate. It's a fucking curing salt, you absolute bellend.
They're literally like, they think they're trying to just trick people into be like, oh, I'm so one step above. So I'm like, if I just say something that sounds really long, like stupid people are not going to know that this is actually in everything, and it just sounds scary. It's like a seasoning.
Oh, they'd be like, they found like iron and baby food. This woman took a magnet and put it in baby food.
MSG.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, how the fuck do you think like Popeye gets so strong? There's iron in that spinach.
Yes, I don't know what people are dumb. Yeah, that's very dumb. No, I agree. And they'd be like, this is what they do in the kitchen. Like, yes, a lot of these restaurants don't use gloves. They're using your hands. They're just clean. That's part of the, I took a test on this at Costco. It's a clean food services thing. You can use clean, your hands can be clean, still prepare food. Who was that?
Oh, he's showing us something on the screen.
Really bad today.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's like the...
Yeah. Yeah, like I always never got that either. Like back in in a fancy restaurant, chefs are not wearing gloves. They're not wearing plastic or anything. They're just using their actual physical hands.
Yeah, you need gloves when it's statistically likely that with the amount of volume that you serve and the amount of teenagers working in your staff, that's when you need gloves. Like if you're McDonald's, wear gloves and change them because fucking Stu jerked off and hasn't washed his hands in 3 weeks. You know? Like fucking...
Well, how do you think they got the fucking... What do you think is on the fish fillet
Jesus
sandwich?
Christ. Gross.
That ain't mayo. They ain't tartar sauce.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Cheesecake Factory with 250 items in their fucking menu freezes most of their items. Of course they freeze their items. They've got 250 of them. Yeah.
You think they're in the back?
You think there's a guy in the wok frying your fucking rice at the Cheesecake Factory? Fucking... Yeah.
You think there's a shrimp frying rice back there?
In fact, if you tell me that you didn't know that, I'm going to bully you. I'm going to bully you for not knowing that. Yeah.
They deserve to get bullied.
Even like Chick-fil-A that has a menu of like 3 things.
It's like, most things are frozen.
Yeah, it is
most
frozen.
things are frozen.
Chicken.
In fact, it's because most people are just very impatient. Like you don't want to wait 3 hours for something. So yeah, it's going to be frozen.
Their chicken cutlet is the same recipe
Please,
as the chicken
do not act surprised.
Yeah.
They know it works.
You know how long it takes to make something at home? Yeah, it's not frozen when it's at home.
Yeah,
that's how long it actually takes to make the fucking food.
You want shrimp Alfredo from Cheesecake Factory? Your sauce is fucking in a cube, and then they melt it for you.
Yeah.
It sounds so gross, right?
They're gonna have a plastic container, and they're like,
yeah, and you're
it's coming out
fucking
like
lucky that it's not fucking Bertolli's that they're pouring on your fucking plate, you know?
What?
It's going.
Yeah.
That's how it's coming out. That's what you're
Where was
eating.
that from? It was like really nasty. He ate it. Was that?
Oh, it's like SpongeBob when it's like the
No,
milk,
was it-
and he's like,
Was it SpongeBob? Or that-
yeah, it like Patrick eats that like can of like milk, and it's like, I know. It's like you can say like come down his throat. He's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I
That's-
forgot about that.
that's exactly how they're making like sauce in the bag, dude. It's coming out, and when it comes out of the
Yeah.
can, it's staying in the form, the shape of the can.
Was that from SpongeBob? He eat the sour milk. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's an old
I thought
ass
it was Billy
milk.
Mandy.
It takes like 30 seconds for it to not be in the shape of
Anyway,
a can.
moving
Yeah, slide down.
moving on. Actually, you know, while we're here, let's just go ahead and skip down. McDonald's is they revealed a remix of the menu items where they're mixing ingredients with
gives a
different
shit?
items. Which
This is
No.
nothing. Go
No,
ahead.
it's not
bro.
I don't
who
know
asked for this. It's who gives
asked
a
for
shit.
this.
You know, like
A lot of
who is
people
going to
give a shit.
McDonald's and say, you know what, I want a cheeseburger with a fish fillet patty. Who the fuck is saying that? Yeah.
Dude, some
Like a-
hungry ass person at 3 in the morning is
Listen.
definitely has.
Yeah.
No,
So they-
hear
Yeah.
me out though. Hear me out.
The chicken burger.
Apple pie McFlurry does sound.
Is an ice machine going to work all of a sudden? You're never going to get that item.
He's right.
This is a big
You're
ass.
never
chunk.
gonna get
That's
that.
why it's always broken because they're trying to get the apple down the fucking pipe on the thing.
No, what was I going to say? Yeah, they officialized the McDonald's chicken burger, cheeseburger thing.
No, all right.
So-
Now, Tay, I have something to ask you. Well, no, why'd you
Yeah.
call it McGangbang before?
That's
though?
a term. That's a term for it. Back in like
Why?
high school.
No, and explain it. Please explain this to me. So, what the hell are you talking about?
You guys in high school never did that, and you got like a McChicken and
Had a
cheeseburger.
McGangbang? No,
That's
I
what it's
never had a
called.
McGangbang in high school, Tay.
That's what it was called. Look at on Twitter. It's a common thing.
What is this? Do you like order 3 things?
You just take a
What- so
McChicken
what
and
was it?
cheeseburger and combine together. Just put it together. That's it.
So I would take like 2. I would like just discard 2 buns off of like my Chick-fil-A sandwich
Just
or
swap
my.
the meats. Yeah.
This sounds insane.
No, that's what
All
it's
right,
called
so-
back then, though.
All right, let's read off some of the crazy shit what they got here. What is all we've all done? What is all? I am not a part of this. The
Well,
melt,
nuggets-
the most I've
nuggets
ever
eat
done
different
was
from McChicken.
take my fries and put it in my Frosty at
Yeah, people
Wendy's.
do that. I do that.
That's good, but like that's not like swapping meat, dude. That's well, that sounds so fucking sus. Like
Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
swapping.
out of pocket. Say
Oh,
Paul
now we in
after
the
that.
green room. We in the damn goblin room now. We in the fucking goblin room.
Coward.
It's all green down here. All right. Let's just go. Let's just run through this until Bryan gets back here. But it's all right. First, we have like the chicken cheeseburger. So it's a crispy chicken patty, beef patty, topped with a slice of melty processed cheese. Why they really have processed cheese? Processed cheddar cheese with pickled onions, ketchup,
Cheese ketchup.
mustard on a toasted bun.
Yeah, I had this years ago. It's nothing special.
So it's a chicken patty and a beef patty.
Yeah, this would
I
make
feel like
anything
those
worse.
flavors are gonna be conflicting with each other.
No, I think it'll be
No.
fine. Here's the thing, like this is gonna taste okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, yeah, they're
No, I
not.
would eat
They're
that,
not like
guarantee. I would eat 2 of
putting.
those.
They're not like throwing a
Nothing's
McFlurry
egregious.
inside like a quarter pounder. You know, like it all makes sense. Yeah, why not do
Cowards. Get free if you want to be freaky Bob
it?
about it.
Put the little
be
barbecue
freaky
sauce
Bob.
inside of McFlurry. Fucking go hard. Go hard or go home.
No.
Put the Szechuan sauce in the Put it in my
Now,
McFlurry.
now, this is why I don't agree on the surf and turf.
That sounds
burger,
delicious.
the
All right, surf and
Chick-fil-A.
turf.
What
here.
is it?
We got
A fish
two
fillet, two patties?
beef patties, a crispy fish au filet patty, topped with 2 slices of melted processed cheddar cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard on a toasted.
Well, you got a lot.
bun.
Here, you got a lot of things wrong with this. Cheese and fish
Okay,
together.
hold on,
That's
hold on.
disgusting.
Cheese-
Hold on.
dude. That
Hold
I
on.
can tell you.
The fish fillet with
What's up?
cheese is fucking delicious. The
That's disgusting.
They-
Cheese and fish do not correlate with each other.
That's
that
a
is
nasty
gross.
ass
It's good.
breath,
It's
dude.
good. It's
You want to smell?
it's
You want to
delicious.
fucking smell.
Then beef and fish. I don't
If you
know. I
if you
can't
get in my
comprehend
car after devouring a fish and cheese sandwich, I'm gonna have to play
Listen,
ask you to
don't
leave.
knock it.
You go to stink. You're gonna smell like a grease ball.
You don't feel good after you eat it. You're still eating McDonald's.
See your breath. Like it's negative degrees outside.
The Filet-O-Fish gets such a bad rep because people are like, you don't eat fucking fish from like a Mac food.
Dude, they're catching that fish out of the sink.
I get it. You don't want to eat seafood from a fast food place. The Filet-O-Fish is not seafood. It's a slice of fucking fish. All right? It doesn't qualify as seafood. What fish is it? I know it. I think it's a really common white fish.
They caught that fish in a pond at Wuhan.
Hold on. I think it's a cod fillet. A codfish fillet. You said a whitey? It's Alaskan pollock.
Wuhan.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Why is it a square?
That fish
They
does
make
not
it
come
into
from
a square.
fucking Alaska.
They just like fucking cut out squares out of it.
They're definitely making it out of paper mache and fucking crayons.
They take a whole bunch of meat.
It's actually no, because it flakes. Is it they just stamp out squares out of the fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stamp out squares out of the fish. Listen, it's good. All right, I'm not gonna defend every other I'm not gonna defend.
They got a fish tank on top of
they kill
the McDonald's.
It and beat it over the head with a wooden stick, and then they make it into a burger for you. Yeah.
Dude, they need something stronger than that. They got a fucking taser. They got some kind of Jurassic Park ass park.
That was an Asian
growing the fish.
That was an Asian
cloning
market.
Them. They're cloning.
When I lived in Central Avenue in Charlotte, there was a fish store, like an Asian fish market, and like you would order like a piece of fish, and the guy would literally grab it out of the tank, put it on the table, and like beat the shit out of it with like a mallet. It was terrifying. It was an awful experience to watch.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, it would take like literally like a wooden stick.
Eustace from
like a wooden stick,
dog?
just a big old wooden stick, and then just beat the shit out of the fish until it died. He was Mexican. Let's be honest here. He was Mexican.
Okay.
Why would you say Asian American?
Well, no, because people like.
Yeah, well, that's how you go to a fish market and you buy a live fish. That's the standard way of doing it.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to kill it right off. I guess that's what would be the appropriate way to kill a fish?
You beat the shit out of it in the head.
What is a not appropriate way to kill a fish?
Like, I think...
I would say that's an appropriate way to kill a fish.
If I was a fish market seller, I would think I'd have a big boxing glove. And it would just
I think lobster
2
and
rounds
crab,
of old Mike Tyson over here just beating the fish ass.
Like some seafood, you gotta cut it specific ways.
The way that you do it is you sever the spinal cord. That's like the best way to do it. You like do one cut and sever the spinal cord, and then it's done.
Dude, imagine like you go into the fish market and the guy just pulls out a fish and he just like starts choking it. He's like,
it's just like fighting back.
And the fish is like, ah.
Yeah.
And it's like, please, I have a wife and children. Shut up.
Filet-O-Fish is good.
I would kill a fish in the most funniest ways possible. Like strangle it, take a pillow, put it over its head, give it sleeping pills. Hang it.
It's already choking to the atmosphere.
Jeffrey Epstein it like.
Yeah,
the fish killed itself. Leave a fake suicide note next to the fish's body.
Just to prepare it. That's too much going on. Hey, can you imagine that? Like, you see imagine you go in the woods, right? You see a dead deer, and there's a note beside it. Yeah. And it's like...
it's got a revolver with one shot.
Yeah. Empty bullet, too. Like, can you imagine that? How do you explain that to someone?
It's got a little car. It has a little car, and you put a little bomb inside of it. Explodes.
You take the blood on the deer's fucking thing and put it up there on the note, so like the deer did it.
It's like you wipe your fingerprints off the gun, and then you place it on the deer.
Yeah.
It's a bad neighborhood for this deer.
You go camping and you see like a bear on a noose with a little note next to the tree.
You plant coke on it.
Sprinkle a
little drugs on it.
Sprinkle a little crack on it.
Anyway, we got the moving along. We got the sweet chili junior chicken, which sounds like the best one.
Are we still talking about? Listen,
what sauce is that?
The Thai chili.
Yeah.
This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter.
No, did he sell that?
No, this one. Wait, hang on. We're about to get to the best ones. So the sweet chili junior chicken, it's a crispy seasoned chicken topped with shredded lettuce, Thai sweet chili sauce, mayo style sauce, all in a toasted bun. This actually sounds pretty decent.
That's just a mac chicken with a sauce.
Yeah, that
Did
doesn't
they
sound
have
so crazy.
spicy McChickens at one point? No,
Yeah, they still do, I think.
they did. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All
You
right,
order
now,
it spicy.
but like, hear me out on the last one. The apple pie McFlurry actually sounds like a normal, decent meal.
You're
that I
never
fuck
gonna
with.
get it. Forget
You're
that it
about to
sounds
say-
good. You're never gonna get it.
You're
I'd get
never
it.
going to get
No,
it.
you're
No,
gonna.
you won't.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Why?
It's
Never
they
gonna
never-
get
like
it.
an angel's kiss. The
Never gonna
actual
get
key
it.
will never work.
Cause they know they got to
This is
clean it.
my
That's why
Harold
I
and
say
Kumar's like adventure to get the apple pie McFlurry.
Yeah.
So it's vanilla soft serve swirled together with caramel sauce.
Crockett, I
pieces
could have
of
promised
baked
you.
apple pie.
It's so funny that you read that description because when you say apple pie McFlurry, you know exactly what the fuck you're getting. It's a McFlurry with apple pie in it.
pie. Eat it together.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
sounds
just
good to me. I love a blizzard.
no, like it's. Why did you feel the need to read the description of the apple pie McFlurry?
I was just reading what it said.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
This combined it too.
Just like the fish had to read in the hostage situation. Where I shot it 3 times.
The fish is
Little fish spine.
the fish is opening its mouth in Morse code, screaming torture.
We gotta stop talking about the stupid fish suicide. I just imagine it's like hanging. It's just like its little
Yeah.
flipper like.
It's just like hanging from the tail, it's not even from the neck.
Oh man.
That's funny.
All right, moving on.
Um,
Daredevil, Born Again.
Is that a new
has
season?
Wrapped up
Yeah.
filming in New
Yeah.
York City.
cool.
Have you guys seen the screenshots with the old Frankie boy from Punisher?
Yeah.
I stopped
He's gonna be
caring
in it.
about any MCU shows a while ago, so I haven't seen anything about
That
it.
is like, see, Daredevil's special though because it was like the last. I guess that and Punisher was like the
Yeah.
last good TV
Yeah.
shows we got. I guess and then Loki was good.
Yeah,
but
Loki.
those were
Loki's
like-
the one was good. Luke Cage was great,
Nah,
and Daredevil
Yeah,
was
what?
good.
I
Daredevil
think
was
that's the
great.
first time I ever said someone Luke Cage was great.
wasn't great. It was.
I
okay.
love Luke Cage, and I love those characters. Like I love Luke Cage. I love the other lady. I forget her fucking name. The character's
Jessica
name.
Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, WandaVision is good too.
No,
I haven't seen
yeah.
WandaVision, but I loved Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil were like the peak for me.
But no, Daredevil and Punisher season 1 are generally good television.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hyped
yeah.
for this.
I would say I would go on a limb and say probably out of everything, Daredevil's probably been
Oh, Daredevil
the
still
best
They're all the
consistent
best.
show.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones was
it's
really
had
good.
3 solid, just all good seasons.
Yeah,
which
they
is
got
like
good
a great
writers,
track
and I feel like they care. Like Charlie Cox cares about the
he loves
character
the
a lot.
character. He loves the
All right,
character.
I
yeah.
might be stupid here, but Daredevil Born Again, that is a movie or a
No,
TV
it's a,
show?
It's a TV show. It's,
So they're
it's,
just rebooting the TV show.
No, it's
to
the
be on
same universe.
Disney, right?
no, it's going to be the same tone and everything. It's
Just a continuation, I think.
Continuation.
So it's just the continuation of the.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
continuation. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's
It's like
exciting.
the
I love
X-Men
Charlie
situation,
Cox. Like I
basically.
think he's like one of the best. He's probably the best Daredevil we've ever had.
Yeah, we've only had
Not
like
saying
3 of them.
much, but
2.
Yeah, Ben
Ben Affleck
Affleck,
was the
Charlie
first one.
Cox, and who's the second one?
Charlie Cox.
Oh, there's only
Daredevil, yeah. There was like there was 3 Punishers. This is a third Punisher. Yeah.
but what was it? What
What-
scratching the back of his head? He's like, "Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you
You know
something.
what, let me
Red.
tell you something." He's like, "I don't
Oh,
like
that scene is
naps.
so good.
I
on
don't
season
understand
2.
why people take naps. I don't like naps."
Season 2 was gas, dude. Or season 3. Oh my god, so good. No, I'm talking about Daredevil. Daredevil was phenomenal, dude. Like Kingpin.
I swear to God, I still cannot believe that's him in Men in Black
Full Metal
movie at the
Jacket.
beginning.
Oh,
The
the cockroach
cockroach
guy.
guy. That
Yeah.
throws me through a loop every time I think about it.
I know him from that movie and Full Metal Jacket, but I forgot
He's
he
also
was
he's also in NCIS or one of those TV shows like that.
yeah.
That's so crazy that like
It's so
looking
weird
like
seeing
Kingpin
him
just
normal.
transformed him. Although we did get, I think he is a great Kingpin, but I think what's that guy from the Ben Affleck Daredevil movies? That's probably my favorite Kingpin.
He has the charm of Kingpin.
Yeah.
Green Mile.
Yeah. What's that? It's something. Is it Keaton or?
I forgot that guy's name. Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan. That's it. That's his name. Marco Clark Duncan.
I thought he was a good Kingpin too. Honestly, yeah, I agree.
He's probably one of the best. I absolutely love his portrayal of him. I wish we could have got more of him as Kingpin, to be honest. But yeah, keeping it moving along. I know Tay, you did a review of like Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla X Kong, which is almost kind of weird at this point because I almost want to say Kong and Godzilla because it's more. These are Kong's movies, which is
Was it Kong featuring Godzilla the movie?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Definitely with this
these
movie.
are paycheck movies for Godzilla.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah.
These are paycheck movies.
I
for
don't think
Godzilla.
it's paychecks. He's just giving Kong some
I'm making
money.
a joke. I'm making a joke.
Yeah,
but like Godzilla's showing up for the paycheck.
Well, it feels more like they're using his. I don't like. It feels like they're using Godzilla's name to sell tickets. I think
that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is.
Like, don't do that.
Well, they're using him as like more action plots. Like Kong is
Yeah, I
like
hate that. They're not treating him
like
as a character.
he has an
anymore.
elevated story, and then Godzilla's is a kind of like just coming in to
He's a set
pretty much
piece
fuck
now.
shit up. I mean, he is the he moves the plot along essentially.
Yeah, that's always going to be the problem with those movies. I feel it's like they're not gonna commit to being a mutual movie. They want to like Americans got this weird bone to pick with Kong as like being like the American kaiju, and it's so bizarre to me.
Boy,
Like no bias aside, but Godzilla is more popular. Like I don't know what the deal is with that.
I mean Kong. I mean I could see it, but I see that though. I mean like Kong is kind of like I guess like American solution to like kaiju's.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, but they're still using the thing that bothers me about it is that they're still using Godzilla, the property of Godzilla, to sell the Kong movie. Because
Yeah,
like
I think
otherwise, hold on, let me finish. Because otherwise, Kong wouldn't be nearly as well received in America as it is now because they're using Godzilla. So like, either make a good Kong movie or make a good Godzilla movie before you merge the two, or stop using Godzilla to sell the Kong tickets.
Are you
This is
saying
like a
we
Kong
didn't get a
movie.
good Godzilla movie?
Pardon?
We did. Are you saying there wasn't a good Godzilla movie before?
No. There is one, but like if an American production is going to make a Godzilla movie, either commit to it being Godzilla, commit to it being Kong, or commit to it being both. Like don't use Godzilla in a movie to sell another kaiju's tickets.
Yeah.
Especially now that like Godzilla is a really well received like Japanese property that's been kind of ingrained into like American film culture.
Well, they kind of tried making Kong his own movie to introduce Kong, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, you know why? Because Kong is not inherently as interesting as Godzilla.
It's funny you guys say that. This is the most interesting Kong has ever been.
Yeah, and
They're
that's
doing creative things with him compared to the past iterations. But the past iterations, the movie, the quality was better than what we're currently. But Kong as a character is more interesting now, though.
It doesn't feel like a movie. Like when I watch a Kong movie, it doesn't necessarily feel like a movie. It just feels like an episode of like a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, they didn't used to always feel like that.
Yeah,
The past iterations.
And like
past
I
iterations,
really
like the Peter Jackson's Kong feel like a movie.
Yeah, and I want them to feel like a movie. Like Godzilla
Cinema.
movies feel like a movie,
Yeah.
but Kong movies feel like a spin-off show in Cartoon Network.
It's definitely for a target. There's definitely
Yeah.
a target audience for that genre. Like like the MonsterVerse is kind of like they've kind of cultivated their own type and feel for it, and it's kind of like a
It's so weird.
summer
though.
block. It's fun movies is how I would explain it. Like they
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
be serious about it. It's definitely not like Godzilla 2014. It's
Or
even
-1,
not even
yeah.
like the original Kong either, where it's even the original Kong. The 2016 is when that came out. It doesn't even carry that tone anymore. It's like a little bit.
Yeah, when that movie came out, it changed the tone of the franchise.
Yeah.
The
I think the last serious one we got was like King of the Monsters. That was like the kind of like the last serious one, and then they kind of go
it had
for a
some of that
more
stuff in it though.
action-based, like fun. Which I mean, I give them that. Granted, like it's like they're fun movies. It's fun. It's like I'm not really here for like a deep story or anything, which is kind of the whole like thing about like Godzilla films though is like
I'd be perfectly fine with they say I don't like them telling me this is a Godzilla and Kong movie. It's not. Tell me it's a Kong movie.
It's a Kong movie with Godzilla in it.
So tell me I'd be perfect. I wouldn't be complaining about that. They did that.
I think
when they say Godzilla x Kong, they're telling me, oh, it's gonna be like a crossover that's well balanced characters here. No, that's not even happening. It's more. Do you
think Godzilla versus Kong was more of a Godzilla movie than a Kong movie?
It was a little bit more balanced, but the newest one is like the worst example of it.
Yeah, it's like definitely
the newest
like
one is straight up Kong movie. Yeah. The Godzilla versus Kong was not how I want it, but it was a little bit better than what we currently have.
It was like they used the direction of like Kong's like whole deal to move the story, the plot along. But also, I meant to send this to you guys like privately, like in a chat. But like the like conspiracy podcaster, I know who that's based off of. It is by like I think the guy's name is Billy Carson, but he is definitely who that character is based off of. The guy from Atlanta that's in Godzilla versus Kong.
I was gonna say,
is hilarious.
I was gonna say, I'm done blanking.
Stop! Don't look at me. Don't lick me.
Yeah, these movies feel like they still. So it's funny. They still treat this feel like a Godzilla universe. It's a Kong movie set in the Godzilla universe because they still treat Godzilla like this almighty character. Like we can't fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
And it's still like the scene with Kong. Have you watched it, Bryan?
No.
Well, there's a scene where Kong needs Godzilla's help.
Yeah.
They still treat Godzilla as he's the top dog still.
Yeah, he's the OG.
But we're just looking at views of Kong's lens or the human's lens.
It's kind of like Kong is still like growing up to that point, but Godzilla is still like muscle. Like he's still like that. Like I said, like Godzilla is essentially a plot device. Like Kong is like they'll have like character development for Kong, but when they need to move the plot along in the story, they just cut over to Godzilla. He moves it along. He's kind of like the fast forward button.
He's a narrative vehicle, which is a cop out in terms of like making a more interesting Kong movie.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like they don't know how to write Godzilla, the American people.
I think that's true. I think that's somewhat true.
I think we'll get one more movie, and then that will be it. And then they'll have to do either Kong movies, or they'll just stop doing these movies altogether, or something like that.
Godzilla's currently going through the Superman situation, where people are so fucking afraid to write a character that's really powerful. They don't know how to write that character. Mm-hmm. When there's a whole bunch of stories you can tell.
Yeah. Like the powerful isn't like the limiting factor there.
Yeah.
It's like the emotional reaction to this.
At this point, though, considering this, so this isn't like the Japanese films. This is all one continuity. Mm-hmm. The way they portray Godzilla in this film is hard to make a serious Godzilla movie now after the stuff he does.
Yeah.
He's a straight up Power Ranger now.
Did they explain
you gotta
what he
run
does
like a
with
JoJo character?
Yeah,
you
honestly.
You gotta think his way out of the situation. Dun, 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 dun.
What's up with the fucking pink spikes?
It's just they got new power. He got to get a power upgrade. Both him and Kong.
I mean, you watch it; it's so unneeded. It's so unneeded. It's clearly there for toy sales, and I eat it up. But
Super Saiyan Rose Godzilla.
No, it's actually inspired from Kaioken. They came out and said that.
Really funny. That's really funny.
So that's like that's.
They just
awesome.
needed to like we needed a design to change on it. So we're gonna give him new power. We're gonna make him a little bit stronger. And we're going to kind of change up the spikes on him. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong. It's also weird they thinned him out because I guess people kept complaining about he being too chunky.
I love that he's fat.
They also made him thinned out, too.
I love that Godzilla's fat as fuck.
Yeah, he's
big fat cat.
They're making a little...
He's a menace in a new movie, Bryan. Yeah. Like, he just gives no fucks. He just...
I love that. I need to go watch it.
He just fuck shit up.
I just watched Monkey Man today.
Is that good?
Oh, how was Monkey Man?
Oh, it's fucking awesome. The choreography is fucking killer. It's got John Wick vibes, but
Indian
it's
John Wick.
Yeah, kind of.
Is he Indian?
Dev Patel. It takes place in India.
I don't like. I hate this trope in TV. Like you took everything from me. He's that type of guy, right?
No. Well,
I saw that in the trailer. Like this is so generic.
The plot is that like his mom died as a result of like warmongers.
He kills a bunch of telemarketers.
Jesus Christ.
You took everything from me.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. You guys should watch it.
I just need your credit card information.
The choreography is fucking crazy.
Videos.
Dude, I love the scamming videos. They're so good.
Oh, when they reverse scan them.
Yeah. When they reverse
Dude, they get
scam
so
them and they
mad,
scam it.
and then I see you're in this so and so area, and they're like, what?
They look at the camera like this.
They're putting their head out a window like.
Can they even get a
That's
screenshot
so
of it?
funny.
They look at the camera like this.
Could you imagine going to work and then you trying to scam somebody and they telling you your IP address and they telling you what color shirt you're wearing? You're like,
Dude, the funniest one that I saw was like a guy got into the connection and had access to their camera and send the guy a screenshot of him talking with them.
Yeah,
it's so fucking. The dude didn't know what to do with himself. He just like shut off the computer and like ran out the building.
They get really mad.
Yeah,
I
they
hate
get.
scammers, though. I
Me too.
hate
They're
scammers.
awful. They deserve it. They
Hate
deserve
scammers. Yeah.
you're just making some dude's life live in hell for that day.
God damn.
But damn, that's like the company's fault. You gotta hit the CEO or something.
What's he called, a monkey man? Why does he call it a monkey man? He's like a
It's a symbolism with Hanurama, which is like a monkey god from India, in Indian mythology, I believe. Good film.
The whole reason we even brought the Kong thing up is because
that's right. We didn't even talk about
Adam Wingard said the next MonsterVerse film is to focus on Godzilla to be as emotional as Godzilla versus Destroya, which is people are kind of twisting. They think the Destroya is going to show up. That's not what Adam Wingard is saying. Adam Wingard said it's going to be as emotional.
Impact.
If anyone's ever seen Destroya or Godzilla versus Destroya, they know it's Godzilla dies in that film, and it's really hard for a lot of people. That was the first time I think. Other than the first movie, Godzilla dies.
So it's like Superman dies movie.
Yeah, it's essentially Godzilla. It's Superman versus Doomsday, essentially.
That's funny. That's really funny.
But Destroy's not showing up unless they're gonna unless that's it. Like Toho's taking back the rights of Godzilla, they're not gonna do Destroya.
Yeah, makes sense. Listen, the last one that I want to talk about, because sure, there's a new Matrix film being made. Good for them, whatever.
Yeah, you're good.
I didn't even watch the one before this one.
The last
pretty
one that
bad.
came out was bad, right?
But I think it's bad.
It was bad.
I do think it's bad on purpose because the Wachowski sisters.
Oh my god!
I do think so. The Wachowski siblings did not want to do it. The Wachowski sisters did not want to do the movie, but the studio told them that they were going to do it with or without them. And so it's just they just clocked in to do it, kind of out of spite. So it's like a bad movie. It's a really bad movie.
I'm so sick of this. Like, if you see the original, if they're remaking a movie and you see the original cast, it's definitely they do not believe in that film to do well. They're using nostalgia bait to sell the film, just like the new Ghostbusters. Like they had to bring in the old cast because they know that movie's going to fail. It's so easy to call now.
There's a time and place where that will work, but you just need good screenwriting, and that's just not a big thing in this movies. The writing is bad. It's like dumb people writing.
You know what's funny? that entire era, nostalgia big films, is kind of dead now, anyways.
People are just not watching them anymore, but they still are trying to get them made.
Like the Ghostbusters movies are such on the nose. I remember making Bryan laugh. Like, this is Ghostbusters: The Force Awakens, literally. That trailer.
That's still such a funny joke.
I
think
what it is.
They had a strong reboot though where it's like the kids of Egon.
The reboot
or something.
was good. The sequel sucks apparently.
I haven't even seen it, but but from the trailers, I remember I'm like, you couldn't tell it was a Ghostbusters movie at first. Like I had no idea, and then at the end of the trailer, I remember seeing the car in the cornfield or something. I'm like, oh shit, it's Ghostbusters.
I have no nostalgia for Ghostbusters. I mean, I watched it as a kid.
Me neither.
But I never.
Just make original movies.
I used to watch it a lot on VHS.
Yeah.
Really?
Just make original movies. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. It's all fine. Matrix is fine.
Speaking of the Matrix,
whatever.
Apple explores home robotics as the next potential big thing. Apparently,
this is so fucking dumb. This is so dumb.
So I really thought the fucking Apple car was gonna be an actual thing, apparently, and then that just is not gonna happen now, I guess.
It's just listen, we had the Apple Vision Pro, okay? Thing kind of sucks. It's like the use case is very limited. There's not a whole lot of support. There's nothing happening there that's like interesting. You can do the only thing that you can do with it that you can do with like an iMac desktop or an iPad is like connecting your MacBook and turning it into a display, like an AR display on your Apple Vision Pro. Like
that
the
really
ecosystem features. The ecosystem features are fucking rad. But there's nothing that you can do with the Apple Vision Pro that you just can't do with an iMac or whatever. So it's like really, it's a stupid thing that's like for early adopters. The robotics we're not at the point yet where robotics are easily accessible for people. And this is dumb. This is dumb. It's going to be for like 1% of people that can afford a $10,000 robot installed in their kitchen. And then that's it. And it's going to fizzle out because it's not going to make money. Stupid.
What exactly are they going to, like, is it like appliances based or is it going to be...
I don't know. You linked to the article.
So engineers at Apple are exploring mobile robots. Oh shit, Mobile Suit Gundam. Hell yeah.
Don't Apple Vision use cord?
Yeah, you need to plug it into a fucking battery pack. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. This isn't worth... Nothing's gonna come. Oh, what are they gonna do? They're gonna put robotics? You're gonna have a little fucking Wall-E following you around the house? Fuck you.
Well, when they see the logo up there,
all right, we need
to it.
like let's have a serious conversation.
Yeah.
These VR and AR tech companies need to step their game up. If we're going to get Yu-Gi-Oh,
don't bring it up
in real life,
conversation.
If we're going to get Yu-Gi-Oh in real life, they need to be stepping their fucking game up. I need this shit to be at maximum volume, high tech. I need this to be integrated into everyday life.
Real talk though, like is VR or AR? Is this not going anywhere? Because I feel like it's not.
No,
it really does feel like
we have the theory behind it, but we don't have the technology to apply it properly.
No one's flocking to these things, oddly.
Yeah, because listen, and here's why. The processors are expensive. You need heavy processors to make this shit work on a computational level, to being like actually self-computing that you're not plugged into any other devices. The technology is not it's not small enough to handle that. It's not power efficient enough to handle it. There's not a better interfacing method than like a keyboard and mouse or like a touch screen. And so people keep trying to like this is like a better interfacing method, fucking doing that bullshit. And like will be eventually, but the technology is just not there. And people keep trying to push it.
This is something that should be popular with everything. Not just I'm not talking about just games, just everything. And it's not there.
But the thing is,
it should be mainstream already.
Wearable computers are not at a point where they are convenient. It is more inconvenient to carry around an Apple Vision Pro than it is to have your phone out. And you can do the same things that you can do on your phone on the Apple Vision Pro.
It's just crazy that like AR and VR has been around for so long at this point. Yeah. And we still have not got it right.
Yeah, it still haven't clicked for people. It's so weird. Like when you mention VR, it still sounds niche.
I seriously, at this point, I think that like Yu-Gi-Oh, playing Yu-Gi-Oh outside or just playing it indoors at first, literally might be what breaks through. You just need that one thing to kind of just like where it's just like this one thing works decent.
But that's a game,
and people are just all over it, and then that will cause for innovation.
For productivity,
you just need one thing to go for it.
What is pushing to people to like? I guess tech heads, but why do you want a VR device, right? Like, what's the reason behind that?
There's no reason, because this shit still sucks. iPhones still suck. So like there's no reason to get an Apple Vision Pro. There's just none. Because we're not solving any problems with it. We're just pretending to solve problems with it. There's nothing that it solves. Like there's no productivity attached to it.
Not having to look. I mean, contacts. That's like in game, right? Like contacts, you just put it over your eye, and you just walk around, and then you just have everything in front of you, and then
you mean like
you
that?
don't have to pull out a phone or anything like that.
But it's far in the future though. But it's like I'm just saying, like VR should have clicked on like at least 5 years ago, and it hasn't.
Yeah, well,
it's just not hit no one yet.
The reason why it hasn't is because it's an issue of like accessibility. Nobody in the mainstream has access to buy a VR headset comfortably.
Well, it's like but I feel like if there was some like use case for it, where it's like, oh, I kind of need this, people would justify buying it, just like buying like a $1,500 MacBook or buying a $1,400 iPhone. You don't need to pay $1,400 for a new iPhone, but people do it anyway because they want the latest and greatest. But it's useful, right? It's like you use everything, you have everything on your phone, so that's why people do it. Like you need to type emails and shit and do work stuff on your laptop. So what is VR? What is like? What do I need VR that's replacing?
There's
something?
nothing. There's no use case for it in a productivity sense.
That's why I'm saying we need to start a Battle City tournament with only VR, and if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, like
if you build it,
VR is purely entertainment, and all of these companies are trying to make it a productivity tool.
They really are. I mean, like they are. I think like trying to have like meetings and shit like that through VR.
It's like they're trying to make us constantly connected into their ecosystem. Eddie Burback has a great video about the Apple Vision Pro, and he ends it with this really good note saying like they just want to connect us to their services 24/7. Like that's the end game.
Yeah, everyone's doing that. Live service games and stuff doing that.
No. But I mean like literally that you never unplug. It's like you wear your Apple Vision Pro through your entire day. That's how they cram more advertisements in your face. It's like a dystopic cyberpunkian nightmare.
Yeah, it's cyberpunk stuff right there.
And like it's so funny that people like read shit like cyberpunk and then they look at Apple. It's like we're gonna make robotics and Apple Vision Pros, and it's just like they're the same thing, dog. Like you're living the thing that like we are the prequel to Cyberpunk 2077. And so
it's starting to really feel like cyberpunk at this point.
No, not really, not at all, because it hasn't mainstream yet.
Not in tech, but in economic situation, absolutely for sure. We're getting there. Like it's all fucked. Tech bros are rooting the world. Corporations are running the world. We're fucked. We're cooked. Burn it all down. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
VR sounds like something like it reminds me of cryptocurrency. It just hasn't clicked yet, but it will be there eventually.
It's a buzzword. And like the reason why now is because people are trying to make it a productivity thing, but it's not a productivity thing. It's a fucking entertainment thing. Just make it an entertainment thing. Set it up in your living room. Make it accessible. It'll sell. It will sell if you make it accessible and you support it. Like a lot of people are developing this big, heavy tech and then expecting early adopters to like give them the funding to survive another year. But then they never do anything with that other year. They like drop support. There's somebody developing for it. They're not investing in the ecosystem. So I don't trust Apple to do anything other than a shitty phone. That's the only thing that I know Apple can do. It's a subpar phone.
I'm not in the Apple space or whatever. Yeah. I don't fear Apple as this evil company though. I never did.
They are the closest thing to a monopoly. They're the closest thing to a monopoly right now. They actually lost a lawsuit against Epic Games for having a monopoly on mobile gaming.
How though? What do they?
I don't know the specifics of the case, but I know that they lost it because the court agreed that Epic Games essentially like had a case for Apple owning. Oh, they wanted 30% of the profit of whatever the application was, and 30% of the profit was insane. So Epic Games was like. Yeah, it's like we're not gonna give you 30%. That's fucking crazy. And then it's just like, okay, we'll take your game elsewhere. And then Epic Games was like, well, there's no one else. Like you control the market, and that sparked the lawsuit. And then Apple lost.
To be fair, how is it Apple's fault though? If they got good quality products,
it's absolutely their fault. They do it on purpose. Like they do that shit on purpose. They start buying out smaller companies that are providing the same services. Like they have one successful strategy and then they outbuy everybody else in the market that's affording them competition, or they have the resources to essentially lawsuit everybody else out. So like that's why anti-monopoly laws are so important when it comes to like capitalism, because the moment that you have a monopoly, you threaten the entire industry, because if you have the monopoly, you can charge anything you want. And if you can charge anything you want, the market's unregulated. And if the market's unregulated, people can't afford your product, or they have to do huge sacrifices to afford the product. And then like it all collapses in on itself.
Isn't, I don't know how to remind one something I don't know about, but like, isn't like, I guess Android-based devices more accessible?
They're more accessible, but they're decentralized. So there's not one Android device company. You know, Android is an OS. It's an operating system.
Yeah, operating system. Yeah.
And so it's open source operating system. So nobody controls Android. There's not a direct company making a profit off of Android.
those devices aren't making Apple numbers?
No, I don't know the numbers, but it's not about the individual device. It's the lawsuit was specifically about mobile gaming and Epic Games not being able to make as much profit as they should of the game because Apple controls the market. But Android versus Apple is like a thing that I don't know enough about to like comment on it. But the
I'm
Android,
not a phones guy though.
yeah, me neither, not really. But the Android market, there's like HTC makes Android phones, Samsung makes Android phones, Google make Android phones. There's different manufacturers that use the same operating system, whereas Apple is the only one that makes an iPhone. So if Apple were to dominate the market, there's only one product that can charge whatever they want for that product. Whereas it's like Google were to dominate the market, you still have Android options available somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to.
Android based when they made their phones?
Yeah, they've always been Android. They've always been Android. Actually, Google was one of the first people that kind of pioneered the Android OS for a phone.
There is a Google phone, right? Am I making it up?
Yeah, Google Pixel. I used to have a Pixel.
A Google Pixel. Oh,
yeah, they're great phones.
For you, I thought it's for common knowledge that I always thought Android store, not the software, but what you can get up there is more better than Apple's.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Apple feels like Nintendo, while Android always felt like PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, it's because the experience are largely the same. You know, like Apple operates under the same principle as Nintendo does, which is like you can only get our shit from our shit, which sucks. Anyway, I don't trust Apple to make a fucking robot that follows me around the house.
I don't know.
They already get enough of my data. I don't want a little robot fucking watching my botted naked ass making waffles in the kitchen. I don't need that. I don't need that
about like when they were making the car. I was like,
I didn't know they had
dude,
cars.
it's like you're not gonna have like the latest update and it's gonna like just like crash on the
yeah.
the tires are gonna fall off.
You won't get gas. You need a specific type of energy fuel for this.
Yeah, you need to like cram like literally like slave children into the fuel tank of this fucking car.
Yeah, because Apple can do that.
Yeah. So
I heard the headphone decision was so stupid. The headphone.
What was the headphone?
So back in the day,
it's like you have to buy the gas tank like separately or something.
So Apple, the headphone port is the charger port too.
Oh yeah.
Hated that decision. It was like so
Me too.
stupid.
Stupid decision. Now it's a bloody standard.
They want you to buy
Sucks.
these.
Yeah.
All right.
Stupid.
I think it's a good stopping point.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nightmare for me to edit. My internet dropped out so much.
We can cut it.
I mean, like we still kept it. I mean, we'll still have one major file.
No,
right?
no, it's just like it's like 8 tracks of me.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. You have to add like keep dropping. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have to like synchronize it. Anyway.
All right. Yeah, guys, thank you for making it to the end of the show. We do appreciate it. Hopefully, you didn't get too annoyed with us this episode. If you guys want to support us or anything, leave a like, dislike, whatever, comment on it. If you're listening to this on your Apple podcast or your Spotify or wherever you're listening to your audio podcast, leave us a review. We do appreciate that a lot.
Like, follow, subscribe.
And yeah, if you guys want to interact with us or ask us questions or anything like that, follow us on the Discord. Hit us up there and we can chat a little bit, or just hit us up in the YouTube comments. But yeah, thank you guys for so much. All social links are down below, and we'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.